And we are live.
Live, baby. Fishing
Yeah.
live.
Yeah, buddy.
Paddle and fin.
What
Testing the live broadcasting system.
you got it, man. You got it. See if anybody jumps on here real quick.
Yeah, I'm gonna
I'm gonna
share it.
share it up.
Yeah, me too. See if anybody's bored on a Saturday night. Wants to watch some.
Live fishing with Sam Jones from Indiana. I like it. I like it. Got a couple people jumping in here. Just running through, having a little test run with Sam on the water for tomorrow's start of the brackets. You're not fishing the tournament tomorrow, but we got Josh Smith going up against Ryan Milford, and then we also have Brad Hicks versus Jason Ricketts going down tomorrow. So you guys have till midnight tonight to get your brackets turned in. We got over $3,000 in prizes going away to the best brackets. Dan
Get
Perry,
them in. Get them right.
yeah. How do they get it right? Who do you have winning the whole thing, man? Matt
But
Murphy in the house. What's up, brother?
I'm gonna tell you, and I'm gonna tell everybody else. This is a super hard bracket to pick. I mean, March Madness is easier than this bracket.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, not only do we have some sticks on the podcast, guys like Dan Perry, who absolutely crushed it today,
Yeah.
in his tournament, but we've got some. Not only are they sticks, but we've got some guys who are around world-class fisheries.
Right.
So it's anyone's game in this event. To be honest with you, when I was looking at the bracket, and I just filled one out just as an example, I started kind of thinking about it, and it's really hard to pick. It's really hard to pick. There's so many different variables to this too. You know, there's water that I would like to fish that I can't because there's not enough signal. You know,
Sure.
or it's one of those bodies of water where I know I can catch good ones, but it might take me all day.
Right.
And we got 4 hours, so
Right.
it's going to be interesting. I couldn't sit here and tell you if I had to pick a favorite. Man, it's just so difficult. There's some guys that can really whack them on the rivers. You know, you got Dustin out in Texas, who is not only a great stick, but just has Sam Rayburn and some amazing water. And they just opened all that water back up. So it's not been fished hard. And those fish are going to be seeing lures for, the first time in a while. So, he's strong. It's really anybody's game.
Totally agree, man. Totally agree. It's going to be very, very interesting to see how this all plays out. Tomorrow, Milford versus Smith. Smith found some fish today. Milford picked up a new ride today and found some nice fish yesterday. What's your thoughts on that roundup, my friend?
So, I think the conditions are probably setting good for Hicks right now.
We're not there yet, bro. You're all excited about Hicks. We're talking Milford versus Smith.
Oh, sorry.
New York versus Tennessee, my friend.
Oh yeah. I had Smith. When this all started and we started talking about this, I had Smith and felt pretty confident about that. But Ryan's on some fish, like you said, and Smith had snow today, I'm guessing.
I think he had snow yesterday, but he
Yesterday.
did
Yeah.
get out today. He posted up a couple pictures of fish, and he said the noob is going down.
Okay. Okay. Yeah. What's he fishing up there? He's got like the Susquehanna or something like that.
No, he's up by the Finger Lakes in Syracuse.
Okay. Okay. Yeah. So I mean, smallmouth, right? That's probably what he's targeting.
He actually caught largemouth today.
Oh, see, I'm getting it all wrong. Don't listen to me, folks at home. Do not make your picks based off of me. I have no idea what I'm talking about, as I've proven in the short time we've been live. What I do know is there is a ton of prizes up for grabs for the person or persons that have the best bracket, like a ton of prizes.
And as you say that, I just threw the prize list up there. First place, Orion 25 cooler, custom catch board, never lost tether, flip it ID holder, $100 Jig Masters gift card, an angler button. We got your choice of a black pack or a Chinook PFT, PNF Boss Buff, and six TRC rod covers. That's just first place.
My goodness. I almost wish that I was not competing, as fun as it's going to be, and I kind of wish I was a viewer right now, because it would be nice to be on the list of those prizes. And I have it on good authority. There's going to be some pretty cool stuff from Wicked Weights and Biz Baits too. So, um, it's gonna be fun.
Brad Hicks in the chat here, and he said being in a new kayak is going to be a tough for attorney for Ryan Milford. Might be thrown a little off. Thoughts on that?
Yeah, that's a great point. I remember having similar discussions with Alan as he was making the transition about what that would look like to get into new yak. The thing is, there's probably going to be some fumbling and some awkward moments maybe, and that might end up costing him some fish. But I don't think they're going to be too big of a deal. And he's got pedals now, right?
Yeah, FD,
So
Bite FD.
yeah, he's got the Bite FD. Shout out to Jackson, sponsor of this event. Maybe he'll fish too fast because he's got the ability to move around now.
Sure.
Or maybe opposite. Maybe he'll be able to sit on a spot better and actually, help him out. I don't know. It could go either way.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see. And for those tuning in, we're just running through a little test run. We got Sam on the water. I know Josh Eldridge is out on the water too. I saw him come in a little bit, but I didn't have his video. He's not fishing the spot I think he's planning on fishing. But tonight is the last night to turn in your brackets. You got up until midnight Central Time to get those brackets filled out. If you don't know where to find the bracket, just go to the Paddle and Fin podcast page. Brad, if you're in here, can you drop a link to that in the chat to show people how to get to the bracket? There's also a video posted up if you're confused on how to fill this bracket out. There's a video that runs through just kind of how it all works. And, guys, it's free. You got a chance at over $3,000 in prizes. Get on it. So it's going to be super interesting to see how this all plays out. There's been a variety of brackets that have come in thus far, with pretty much every single host winning it. On all the different brackets, there are a couple favorites. I'm not going to fill everybody in on those. But there are a few folks that are listed as favorites, and it's going to be interesting to see how this all plays out. We all saw today. What's up, Matt? On the 5 Live, it came down to the wire, and Jackson pulled it off. Jackson Orr.
Jackson.
Yeah, congrats to him. I know it's funny. As soon as he got off the water, or as soon as it ended, I had texted him and said congrats, and his reply back was, "Hey, where do I find the bracket to get it filled out? I want to get it sent in so I don't forget." So
Yeah,
I know
I talked to him right afterwards.
Yeah, so it's kind of cool, but I think we're going to have some of that down to the wire action, and not only that, but we're gonna throw these guys while they're on the water through a loop, and it's going to be interesting. It's going to be a little interesting. I know.
Go ahead, Brian.
No, I was just going to say a couple of the hosts that are competing in this have sent me some private messages, and they're planning on making this quite entertaining. I can't spill any juice right now because one of those matches is a match you're fishing.
Oh, really? Interesting. So I'll tell you, today I went live on my Facebook and on my Instagram. One, to kind of test everything, see how the camera was going to work, and the positioning of it, and if it would affect my fishing at all or not, as far as getting in the way. But one of the main reasons that I went on outside of doing that promoting was I just wanted to get used to it. It's strange.
I just got called out. I just got called out by Susie. I apologize, guys and gal. I said guys.
Right.
Well, I apologize, Susie. She's gonna drop kick me for that one.
Yeah. Well, that's for sure. And then really too, you got us guys, and then you got the boss, which is Susie. She's a hammer, and everyone should probably vote for Susie. So
it's funny you say that, man. There has been quite a few brackets come in just in the past 2-3 days with Susie's name as angler of the pod.
Well, when you think about like this, right? So your first objective is, all right, I got to get past my first round. But then you're not sure who you're going to match up against. So you start thinking, who do I want to match up against?
Sure.
Bro, I don't want to face Dustin or Susie. Are you kidding me? Both of them have some amazing fisheries around them. Susie's not afraid to travel a little bit. Dustin just has to, hop, skip, and jump into 10-pounder land. Yeah. I mean, Dustin was on my go live earlier today, and I was kind of, I was bragging about him a little bit and what he could do, and
sure.
And he's like, yeah, and I could do it in 4 hours.
Yeah.
He is very confident.
Yeah.
And maybe that's just to throw us all off. I don't know, but I don't think so.
Well, I had a conversation with him this afternoon on my way home, and he's really excited that his county parks got opened back up because he's got one spot that he said he can go out there and catch 20s all day long. And I told him my exact words to him was, man, I thought I might have actually had a chance, but when you sent that message last night that county parks opened back up, I knew that chance just went out the window.
Yeah, and like I said earlier when we started this, the fact that those lakes have been closed play even more into his favor because they haven't seen baits, they haven't been pressured.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I might sound like I'm trying to talk over the wind, but maybe the wind's not even a factor. I'm probably screaming at you.
I don't hear any wind, but your audio is good, my friend.
All right, cool.
It looks like Josh just came back in here. Let me see if we can get him in.
Trash Panda in the house.
I think he's
make sure he knows we're live.
I think he's in a bad cell service area. We'll pull him up.
So.
But you guys have till tonight to get your brackets turned in if you haven't already. We're going to do another live stream in a little bit tonight with myself, Susie Roloff, and Josh Eldridge, possibly Sam, if he decides he wants to get off the water. I know we were doing a little private test run earlier, and you landed, what, a 16 already?
Yeah, it's a 16 and a half.
16 and a half, you know.
Hey,
Not,
that ain't gonna beat DP. I'm gonna have to put up 17s and 18s for sure.
there's a lot of matchups in a few folks that I think are underrated. One guy that's been really quiet is Noob 2.0, aka Sean Lavery. He's going to be fishing the Susquehanna. You know, that's a world-renowned fishery. I've already said that once before. He is a noob, but you know he could run into a school of fish and put up 5 beautiful, beautiful fish in no time at all. You know, we already talked about Susie hashtag is a boss. You know, yourself can't count out Sam Jones. Um, I think one that's a sleeper right now is Jason Ricketts. He hasn't been talking much, and I know he's got a plan up his sleeve. And if that pans out, it could give Brad a run for his money. I know
Does he
Brad.
know he can't put live bluegill on a big circle hook and a 2-ounce weight?
I knew that was coming. He's been cat fishing, but Brad Hicks was out today and on the river in 4 hours put up 77 inches of smallmouth. I mean, I think that so what's your strategy going to be, Sam? Are you going to go out and just look for 5 right away and then look for upgrades, or are you just going to go out and just look for 5 giants? Or still up in the air?
It's up in the air, and it's based off of where I end up going. So where I'm fishing today, I didn't think I'd have good enough signal to do this. This bite hasn't turned on yet, but in a week's time, it may. And if it does, I might be coming out here and just looking for big bites. But likely what's going to happen is, and I got one more place to go check. Likely what's going to happen is I'm going to try and put myself on a body of water where I can catch 5 fairly quickly. I think that's going to be important. You know, no matter what weather. See, because my thing is, I got a lot of places I think I could go fish and catch 5 in 4 hours. But I've only got a handful of places that I think I can do that no matter what the weather conditions are.
Yeah. Susie just dropped in the comments, it's anyone's ball game. Just got to find those 5 fish. And I kind of agree. You know, if you can bang out a limit, you'll be looking pretty decent. We do have 4 hours versus what they've been doing on the 5 Live, which is 2 hours. We wanted to give it a little bit more time. You know, we know people are going to come in and out of the stream as we go along, but I think that's where you're going to see what happened today is coming down to the wire, because this is going to give those guys and gal, see that? Guys and gal, that opportunity to find that limit. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Scott's in the house. 5 fish is
What
easy.
up,
I watched 3 guys do it in half that time. Totally agree. I think Dusty banged out a limit in like what, the first hour or something. But you know, we're not Dusty Yacker.
Right. Yeah. Well, thank you, Scott. I'm glad you're putting us on the same caliber as the guys you got on 5 Live. I don't know if I quite agree, but well, no, that's not true. There are some sticks in here, but yeah, it's just I think it's gonna be getting the limit is got to be priority number 1, and then having a spot that you can still go and find those kicker fish.
I've just been corrected. 36 minutes. Dusty had a limit.
Wow.
Yeah.
I mean, the dude, him and Jackson put on a clinic. Not only on how to fish an event like that, but how to entertain and how to, you know, do the camera work.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
They both did so good at that. And they all did. I'm not going to take away from anyone that was on there. They were all great. But I just want to take a second real quick to talk about what Dusty did at the beginning of that broadcast.
Absolutely.
I mean,
Absolutely.
I absolutely got chills, and I am right now just thinking about it. Dusty's a great guy. If you guys don't know Dusty Yacker, you need to go find him on Facebook and
Yeah.
Instagram. Well, I don't think he even has Instagram. Um, but you need to go find him on Facebook. He's just an outstanding dude. He's an amazing angler. He writes some stuff that I don't even understand half the time on his post, but he's just a great guy. And it was so awesome today. Here you are in a tournament where you only have 2 hours to catch your fish and win. Every second counts. And before the tournament starts, Dusty steps up and says, "Hey, I'm actually going to keep my rod on my lap for a couple of minutes and take a second to recognize and, think about the people who are dealing with so many different things right now during this crisis, from mental health to substance abuse and all that. And even not just during the crisis right now that we're having the pandemic, but just in general. I thought that was so awesome. I mean, I'll never forget that.
I agree 100%, man. I'm super fortunate to have known Dusty for a little while here. He's local to me, and we cross paths quite a bit, and it's never a dull moment or conversation with him. And just like you said, the professionalism, the entertainment factor that he provided today, and I'm not taking away from Jackson either. He did an amazing job, but Dusty is a very intricate dude, and he brings that whole new element to it, right? I think it was Westbrook Wednesday when Scott Butcher was talking with Duke Westcamp from Catch. And, Duke said Dusty was basically one of the most professional kayak anglers he knows. And that showed today. That proved that
Absolutely.
statement. And I knew it even before Duke said it. So it's cool, man. I'm looking forward to seeing him in the championship round of 5 Live. It's going to be insane. That lineup already is just going to be insane. And there's still 2 more matches to go. So we're excited. We're excited. Huge fans. What an incredible showing. Real quick, though, Derek Brundle had his limit in 11 minutes in week 1.
Bro, let me tell you, you guys are like getting me going here. I'm in fan mode at the moment. All right. Let me tell you about Derek Brundle. All right. Like, another amazing dude. Just a really great guy, cares about everyone that he crosses paths with. And was he not a rookie last year?
Yeah, because I remember at lacrosse, you and I went up to congratulate him, and we told him we were gunning for you, man. And you just straight up crushed us both, because you and I were both in the running for that. We were both up there, and that was something you and I had talked about all last season throughout the trail. Was like, man, we're gunning for it. We have a chance. And some dude out of the Northeast comes out of nowhere, and I'm like, who's Derek Brundle?
Right.
And you know what? He's become a staple name, which is awesome. And that's what's so great about winning Rookie of the Year. I mean, and I know that was something that you and I were striving for, man.
Absolutely. And I met Derek before he ever fished his first kayak tournament. Well, at least any major tournament. I was up at a show in Connecticut with Wicked Weights. Shout out Wicked Weights, one of the sponsors of the Paddle and Fin Live tournament. But I was up at a show in Connecticut with Wicked Weights, and he was there with a guy. I want to say with Tight Lines Fishing, which he's a part of, and he was just as charismatic then as he is now. But at that time, obviously, he wasn't this major name in the sport yet. But he was still just, great guy, humble guy. And and really neat to see him come this far so quick. Um, and I think he's going to go on a tear for a long time. I put him right up there with anyone else in the field.
Yeah, I agree. I agree.
I'd like to catch a fish right now.
Ricketts in the house. What's up, brother?
Ricketts.
So back to our matchups tomorrow. Milford
Oh, boy.
versus Smith. New York versus Tennessee. This has been the biggest trash talk of our bracket thus far. Who do you think's got it?
Josh Smith is definitely going to win the trash talk section of the tournament. Look, how do you vote against a guy who has such an epic hero shot? Like, I mean, it's hard for me to vote against him. It really is. He crushed it with that. And when I was doing these graphics for this tournament and all these player cards, as we're calling them, there were some ones that I really liked and I thought were cool, and Dustin was one of them. And then that picture comes across, and I'm just like, well, I'm going to vote for him in my bracket.
I'm pulling up the graphic now. Now.
Please do. Please do. I mean,
there it is.
Yeah. Look.
I remember when we talked about it, he said, bro, I don't have a jersey. I don't have any sponsors. I've never won anything. I'm going to take this in my man Speedo. And then he's holding a rod and a stuffed fish.
So
priceless.
It's gonna do one of two things, right? Like, that's either gonna scare you right there, or it might get you a little excited. I don't know. It depends on the person, but it's bound to create one of those two reactions. So let's ask Scott. Scott's still probably watching. Let's see. What do you think, Scott?
Yeah.
Is Josh gonna win it?
What do we got? Bass Kayak and Beer says Josh Smith, the mouth from the Northeast. Take him down, Milford. So who do you got winning this matchup, Sam, as we wrap this up, man? Because we're going to do another live this evening, so I don't want to go too long here, man.
Very good. Let's see. I got I'm going to put, originally I had Jason over Hicks, but I'm going to pick Hicks in that one, and then this one I'm going to pick, I'm still going to go with Josh.
Going with Josh Smith. Smith. I like it. I like it. There's your predictions, folks. If you want to hear mine, tune into the live tonight. We're going to be talking with myself, Josh Eldridge, Susie Roloff, and hopefully Sam again. And we're going to break down this first roundup that starts tomorrow morning, 8 a.m. Eastern time. And your brackets are due tonight by midnight Central Standard Time. So we did Central Time, so it gave you East Coast folks an extra hour. You're welcome. The bracket can be found right on the Paddle and Fin podcast page. It's pinned right at the top. If you're confused about it, there's a video just below that that runs through and explains how to fill that bracket out. Email them in to paddle, the letter N, in fin @gmail.com, or send them into the Paddle and Fin podcast Facebook page messenger. That's a long one. So
it is. Yeah.
You kind of disappoint me, Sam. I was hoping you'd catch a fish during this thing. And
we're probably cutting it off just a little too soon. I'm getting ready to pull into a pretty productive area. I don't know if you can hear the wind smacking this area, so I'm probably about to light it up the minute you hit the end.
Right. Butcher said he's filling his bracket out after kids' bedtime, man. We appreciate all the love and support from Scott. And we love what he's doing over there at 5 Live. If you guys missed that matchup today, go to the 5 Live Facebook page and watch the matchup. it was just insane. You know, Dusty started out with a bang. Jackson had the first fish. Corey Dreyer came up from behind. Just an incredible battle. So please, guys, gals, go check that out. Miss Wilson, because Scott's watching, I just want to let you know I love you, and I have a bigger love affair for you than Scott does. You catch the biggest fish. I'm just trying to make Scott jealous in here. Starting the battle, bro. But Gene, I will check your bracket. If it's filled out wrong, we've been replying back to folks and saying, hey, this is what's wrong. How do you want to work this and things like that. So I'll check that out as soon as I'm done with this. And for anybody else that gets their brackets turned in this evening, we definitely go through them after they're sent in and make sure everything's filled out correctly, because we want everybody to have fun with this and have the most opportunity at the big list of prizes. Butcher just told me he'll cut me. I like it. I like it. It begins. See that, Gene? You got two guys over here fighting over you. I love it. Love it. Susie said Gene Wilson.
And after you fill out your brackets, make sure to tune in tomorrow at 8 a.m. Eastern Standard Time.
Absolutely. Absolutely. All right, brother. You have fun on the water. Everybody else, don't forget to tune in later tonight. We're going to go live about 8:30, 9 o'clock Eastern time, and do another one of these lives. But we're going to sit down and really break this out and break this down, and just kind of run through everything and give you guys a little preview as you're filling out your brackets. If you guys have any questions whatsoever, please feel free to reach out. We want you guys to have fun with this. We're doing this for all you guys. We think it's a cool concept. I started a war, Sam. Gene ain't hating it.
Well,
Scott Butcher said no fight here. I'm just going to disappear. We'll see about that, brother.
I think he means he's going to disappear into the shadows and knife you from behind.
I love it. I love
it. Scott was in the core, man. You don't want to mess with that.
I love it. I love it. We'll see you guys a little bit later tonight. Thanks, everybody that tuned in. And Sam, catch a fish. Anybody else out there, get out there, catch a fish. And we'll see you guys soon. Till next time, tight lines, smooth paddling. Peace.
Paddle and fit out.